Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? What's going on? So again, I'm just practicing, working out some kinks with some stuff. I did bring my guitar and mic out here with my amp. I'm gonna see how the iPad microphone just picks up the guitar and the mic off that amp. Here, let's drink. So if I talk into the mic, I don't know what the iPad is gonna pick up, right? So but when I do pick up the guitar and sing in the mic, there's a uni voice coming out of that speaker there. So I don't know how it might work out. Probably shitty. I actually forgot a main piece of cable that I was meant to bring out here, so I just had to. I was gonna run everything through my laptop, but I don't have the one cable I need. Turn this off for now. So I have absolutely no idea what's going on today. I guess is it Memorial Day? It's Memorial Day weekend, so should be a lot of people out and about, I imagine. Let's make sure my volume's up here. Yeah. So I guess I'll just roll me a cigarette. See who comes in. I might grab my. Should probably grab my earbuds. See how that works. Oh yeah, and then I was just gonna. I did want to just play my guitar without that amp into the. It's just singing in front of the iPad here and just see what that sounds like. Try it from maybe different positions. Well, I found a really cool spot. It's out in the woods where I can let Jackson kind of run, and it's right below a cell tower, so I'm like getting kick-ass upload speeds and download speeds. It's like over 50 either way, so it's pretty cool. I'm probably gonna get cancer, but oh well. Hey, I got one viewer. I wonder who that is. Probably, could I take a guess and say St. Tommy? St. Tommy's always following me around. Which I guess is better than having nobody follow you around, since, anyway, St. Tommy's a pretty good guy. Do I have a lighter on me? Probably not. Lost my viewer. Alrighty there. Alrighty then. Just gonna check my YouTube channel, I guess. Mark Robert's on Memorial Day weekend special.
Like I said, who would think? Okay, you make a law. If a crime is committed against you, well, what do you think is going to happen? Well, we'll make sure that happens. Yeah. How stupid are these people?
Well, I'd like to find the original politician who made that law and confront him with this reality and see what he says.
Oh, I would too.
Because I remember when Ted Kennedy signed the immigration bill in 1960.
This is an AED, or automated external defibrillator. It might hang on the...
Of him saying this will not alter the makeup of the United States in any way, shape, or form, ethnically, and signed the bill at the Statue of Liberty with LBJ in 1965. That bill completely altered the face of the United States.
Wow. I think this is another friend of yours, sadly, who just announced he has.
Well, he's okay, right? Or
I don't know. I think he's taking treatment.
Yeah, well, Drew had this also. He had his prostate removed. No secret there. So did him. I mean, you can beat
this
thing.
Mark Robert and
I
Eric
think
Conley.
What happened with Michael Richards?
America's Untold Stories. I don't know what they're talking about.
He had radical prostate surgery to remove the prostate. Usually, the belief is that the cancer is slower than your lifespan. It's like a lot of times that's true, that the cancer is moving at a rate that is not going to kill you before you die of natural causes. And that's an estimate on the part of the doctors. And they'll see like you have some benign or some actual tumors that are not benign. And the choice is to radically remove your prostate or just say, you're going to die before this kills you. And that's
Anyone's
the
welcome
current
to come
state
in
of
and we can
medical
turn this
affairs.
stuff off.
I'm not a doctor, obviously, but
Just listening to something while
it's
I
kind
have
of
a
the
cigarette.
layman's thing. So he had it, and I think Drew had it also when they removed the prostate to make sure that didn't happen. But Richards, I wish him well. He got into a problem at a comedy club years ago.
Which is bullshit because he was working out, from what I understand. Yeah. And he was like really an early edge of woke and Me Too. It was like, you almost could say it was after him. Some have said 2013 was the peak, but Richards came right at that time. It was like,
and he said, and he told me this too. I mean, he said, I am not giving a penny to Gloria Allred. I don't care what happens in my career. I am just not giving these people a penny of my money. And he could have paid him to go away. He just wouldn't do it.
To Jerry Seinfeld, by the way, who said that he's working with them.
What's up, Victor? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, cool. I didn't first song I heard off of this thing from somebody else. Yeah.
What are you playing?
Hey, I know you're in the middle of something.
Oh, it was
America's
Untold Stories.
And name of the farm.
Now there's an ad. It's just a podcast I listen to. Usually on Fridays they have a pretty good show, but they've done a lot of shows on the Kennedy assassination, so the JFK thing.
Oh, okay.
That whole thing, and they're all into the deep state shit going on. I mean, whatever.
CIA, FBI involvement.
But this one guy, Mark Robert, he's like a old school street kind of reporter. He worked for National Lampoon. Like he's kind of an irreverent kind of person, but he's a serious reporter. Like he'll dig up stories, right? But anyway, and he's rubbed shoulders with some of the rich and famous or whatever. He's friends with.
Is it?
Go ahead.
Is it National Lampoon? Isn't that like a?
Well, he was running the magazine form in New York when it came out in the magazine form, sort of online. I mean, online.
Yes, I'm trying to remember where it came from. It is stemmed from like
it was a New York
Canadian comedy troupe that kind of like dispersed in different places and.
I think there was a thing in New York which was some kind of lampoon, and it was, I forget, it was located there, a little paper, like a little paper, and then somebody bought it or whatever, put some money into it, and then they made it the National Lampoon. That's when it became the National Lampoon. It was just a local New York thing, I believe. But I don't know, like it could have ties to Canada.
I don't know. I just remember watching something about some kind of comedy troupe that joined up with that, and they were like pulling people from there to do things.
They might have been. I know, like early on, he was friends with Gottlieb. What was that guy's name? Comedian Gottlieb.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah, Gilbert. Yeah, so Gilbert worked on a bunch of skits with him, or like photo shoot things. And funny kind of. They came up with cards, like playing cards, like baseball cards for death row, like convicted, like serial killer. They came up with serial killer cards.
Like playing cards for serial killers and death row inmates and stuff.
Bubblegum cards.
Okay. That's a new one. That's a different.
What was it? There was an ad. Oh, they ran an ad. It was like a meme kind of, but it was a Volkswagen out that had gone off a bridge, but it was sitting in the water floating. And it's something like, if only Ted Kennedy had driven a Volkswagen.
Nice.
I mean, that's like pretty sick, but
right. Yeah.
He'd probably be president. He probably would have been president. that derailed his presidential hopes, that whole thing. So what you doing? I see you're playing your guitar.
Oh, I was just tuning the Gibson. It's been a while since I had the amp hooked up too. I've been using the one on the computer for a while. I've been trying to practice.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how just tell me how you like listening through your speakers. Okay. I think I get a little better sound if I put a capo on it, but just okay. So what's the difference between that and if there is any between that and this?
That's a lot louder.
That's with the amp. Is it clear though? I mean, does it? I just want the quality of the sound.
Oh yeah, they both sound pretty clear. The one that you played, that one's a lot louder.
Okay, so it is picking up more of that ambient sound that it's throwing out, rather than like just right here or something.
Yeah.
And then what if I talk? What about now? What about my voice?
Your voice is like radio announcer kind of, like it got more heavier and like more almost like you're talking like old FM, like an old FM radio, like really up close to it, like this kind of.
Okay,
muffled,
what does it sound like if I just sing something with
back up a little bit from the mic, like put about like maybe like 4 or 5 inches away from your mouth,
like here?
Okay. Yeah, okay, now do from there. That sounds a lot cleaner because when you get closer it sounds tinny.
Okay, if I get that, it's way too. Okay, it's better.
Yeah, I guess like almost like muffly tinny. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
You probably like maybe an inch or two closer, but I wouldn't get like right up on it because it sounds kind of like tinny.
Okay. So I don't need to get right up on it. I can be back here. Okay. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. So, what do you think? That
sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds clean.
Because the other day with out of the the other day I was going through my earbuds, and just like playing and singing or whatever. It just sounded like I would listen to it. It sounded like shit when I got home on YouTube.
That sounded all right there. Not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's better. I think the iPad's better mic than if I'm, if I don't have anything, if I don't have a headphones or a mic or something.
Mm-hmm. So you have that microphone hooked up to like a device, right? To
the mic and the guitar are plugged into this. Hold on. Plugged into this thing.
Oh, right on. Then you got that going into the.
And that's just portable power. It works off.
Okay.
1.5 volt. It's a 12-volt system, but.
Right on.
And I bought some rechargeable batteries, so I'm just trying to see how long that thing might last. It's got different levels of loudness, eco, normal, or loud, max, or whatever. It's a 50 amp. It's pretty loud. It gets,
50 amps is that's pretty big. Yeah. Cause usually like a practice amp is like 10, 20, 30, maybe.
Right,
Once you get into like 50, you're getting into like, like small.
No, that's it. I paid, I got a good deal on it. It's probably like almost a $700 thing,
What is it, Roland?
That it can do. It's that Roland Cube.
That's what I got. I got the one that usually goes for like, geez, what was it? It's the X80 GX that usually goes for like, I guess it retailed back in the day for like about $800 around there. And I got it used for like 400, I think, or 420 after shipping.
Well, yours is probably built a lot better than this thing because
I got the 12-inch.
I got it recently, a couple years ago, and it would have been $650 list or whatever. I think I paid like $520 or something for it.
So I think mine's a model up from here because because you got the 50 amp, I got the 80 amp on the 12-inch. So you must have a 10-inch.
Oh,
or 8.
No, they're 8-inch or something. If that. You mean there's dual though.
Oh, that's right. Oh, right on. You got dual speakers. I only have one. I got one 12-inch speaker.
Yeah, and then there's 4 speakers, 2 little ones on the upper corners, and then 2 8-inch basses, maybe 6-inch, 7-inch.
Really cool. So you got the Street Performer version, right there. I remember
it is. That's what it is.
Okay,
that's why I got it because I can do I can actually I could add one more mic if I wanted.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I was looking at those.
I could add a keyboard, so I could do a keyboard, guitar, and a mic out of that thing.
Right on.
Or a combination of 3 mics, probably. You could do that.
Sweet.
If you were having a debate on stage or something, you could.
Mine's more of, I guess, like a regular amp with it has like a.
Yeah, yours is for a guitar to just play your guitar with, right?
No, it has the output on there that bypasses a speaker to a low level output, so you can utilize everything that goes into the amp, all the pedals and everything. So you can put that to like a larger speaker, or you can put this one and a larger one, or you can use the head unit and plug into this one. So it kind
of acts like a sub amp or something.
It's almost like the head unit is separate from the sub. From the speaker, so you can use it out or in. Or there's a PA thing on here.
You can pass through other equipment, in other words.
Yeah, there's a PA thing on here you can plug into that could go into a mixing board, I guess. And it's like a MIDI looking plug, and it goes into mixing boards. So you can like use the output. It's really weird. It's for yeah,
because this would definitely. I think you could see how
these Rolands, they have a lot of shit built into them. I noticed that.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, let me see. Hello. You can see how it'd be a nice PA, right? I mean,
yeah.
I got the reverb on or something. That's probably better. Yeah, that's more normal anyways. Oh, I guess I can just talk from right here, right? You said?
That works. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I don't know if that's picking up or not.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
There's a strum it. Kind of janky. I got smooth.
You got no capo. You're not using a capo, right?
No, I got. It says like a kind of heavy on the game. Oh, that's coming through.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Cool.
could be louder.
Let me see. Yeah, 'cause it's got this. I want to hook it up to like the system, like onto the input.
Right in, like into your audio thing.
Mm-hmm. Which I could
Have you
do
not
that.
done that yet?
I could. I need to get another guitar cable or another.
Oh, a cable. Okay. Yeah, like guitar into that. Like you need a XLR.
Not the XLR. It needs to be the TRS. I guess it's like the guitar cable, but it has a stereo on it because the output on the amplifier is in stereo. So I can put that output into the input on the device, but I have to get the TRS one that has like the like a stereo jack. You know, has a double rings on it or something.
Right. Instead of I know how they step them up differently or whatever.
You know how that works, right? You know, they call them TS and TRS and TRS, RS, RSS, and all that.
Not really.
Think of a regular guitar cable, right? The T stands for the tip. That's why a little arrow, like little pointy part.
Thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The R stands for ring. That's a black thing that separates it.
Okay.
And the S stands for signal. So the tip is always ground. The ring separates it, and there's a signal, and the ring will separate any other one.
And it can have 2 signals or maybe 3 signals,
or
right?
4, depending on how many devices.
Okay.
So they have TRS, RSR, I guess, for signal ring, and the tip is just the tip, which is usually ground.
Okay, so it's just that's good to know. I at a quick glance, then kind of what you're because you don't want to buy the wrong one. That's for sure.
I found that out by trying to wire this stuff up. I was like, okay, so it's a stereo out, but it's a fucking 1/8. It's not. I mean, it's a 1/4. It's not an eighth. You know. So I went online and started going to Guitar Center. Say, okay, that's what it means. And I went to like RadioShack.com and just want to figure out what it all means before I go act like a retard and call them up. Yeah, can I get one of the cable that looks like this? And I was like, I want to sound professional. Yeah, can I get a TRS, RSR?
Right, exactly.
I learned that the hard way when I was running the shop, ordering parts and shit from people. You gotta know everything. They caught up, and you gotta go back and forth and back and forth. Gotta get all down.
I tell you what, playing bar chords is a lot easier. Like I noticed, like if I'm plugged into an amp, it's I don't know, it just sounds a lot better. It sounds so much better. Like I don't have to. Like you don't have to put as much pressure for one thing.
Yeah, because it picks up the signal more, so you don't have to like hit so hard on it. So you could do like
I just noticed it on that one song I've been working on, but going from a G, it's just like, oh, beautiful for spacious skies, kind of that opening.
Yeah.
So that second chord change is a bar chord. So you go from to that bar chord. Anyway.
Okay, cool.
I think I'm going to be, I don't know if I'm going to get stormed out or not, but.
We had some heavy rains over here earlier, but it's pretty bright now.
It's cloudy. It almost sprinkled a little bit and it thundered a little bit, but I see blue, there's some blue sky I can still see. I don't know. All I know is if it's stormy and I'm at my camper, I can't get any internet hardly at all. So
that sucks.
I'll just pile in the car here and ride out the storm online, I guess.
Yeah, that's all you can do, really, right?
But I know one thing, man. Next time I set up a camper somewhere, I'm gonna make sure I'm very close to a AT&T tower. I'll pick a spot for good internet. Because if you're next to a tower, dude, you could save so much money on internet. Just use your phone.
Right.
I mean, when you're getting 80 or 90 or 100 or more, megabits on your feed, on your download speed, they can rack it down. It's fine.
True that, yeah.
You know how they do that if you tether, they'll kind of restrict or they'll knock it down somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow to keep people from doing that.
They'll find a way.
Exactly, the bastards.
Right. Yeah, they want to make their money any way they can. They don't care.
Every penny, man, that they can freaking suck out of that bill. So,
Hmm?
how often you got to mow your grass? Once a week?
I should mow once a week. I've been doing it every other week, and it's been going 2.5 weeks now because of the rain. So it's getting pretty tall out there, but I don't care.
Okay, well, yeah, you just adjust your blade and go over it or whatever.
Well, I sharpened the blades up a couple of cuts ago, and it cuts really easy, even on tall grass. And well, it's got a Honda twin motor on it with a 40, I want to say 42-inch deck. Might be
Okay,
it's pretty beefy, so
that's pretty good. Yeah.
pretty easy, yeah. And I replaced the belts and gave it a little tune up and everything, so it looks like shit. It's missing the cover, but it cuts pretty decent, and yeah, I'm not worried about too much. Just I can only set on one speed really to get a good cut, and on that speed, I could go pretty tall with it and not worry too much.
Okay.
Just sling it around.
How long does it take to cut all your grass?
Let's say about a good hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh, okay, less than an hour, or not more than an hour. That's
An
not.
hour. I'll be right at an hour, maybe give or take a couple minutes. I'm usually
Right,
done
right.
about an hour, yeah. And if I do like complete weed eating on everything, give an hour and 20 minutes. Usually I just do the yard and do the ditch and around the building real
Which
quick.
do you do first? Do you do your trimming first or your mowing first?
Mowing first. That way, because I'd rather mow is halfway in the
You know
ditch.
what you have to pick up?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I got the mower stuck in the ditch a couple times, and I try to get real close to it, so I don't have to get so much with the weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And have to tow it out with the fucking Toyota and shit. So that's my Toyota. That's all I do is tow the fucking mower out of the ditch with my Toyota.
Toyota. That's hard to say. Toyota.
Tow with my Toyota.
Dang, Toyota. Toyota.
And my wife drives a Honda, and I have a Toyota. Like the only people on the block, everybody else has Chevy pickups and Dodge pickups and shit.
1 second, I'm just gonna grab a pillow.
Yep.
So I didn't notice. I didn't really take a close look, but I didn't see anybody on today doing any games. Did you?
Earlier today, I think Tog had one, and
okay, yeah, he does that once.
They were talking about morality versus what is it? I forgot what it was. Like ethics, morality, and all that crap. And then I heard Brojo say he was going to do something, and then Todd cut it off right away. Then Hillary's had something scheduled, and I didn't see anything happen on that. So I don't know.
Okay.
Then I saw you on here. I was making another one of my stupid jams,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I saw what was going on the internet. I saw you on there, so I said, "Oh, what's up?"
Do you usually record? Like, do you make recordings of your stuff so you don't forget it?
like music?
Yeah, like if you got a riff in your head or something. Or...
I should save them, but I mean, they're just pretty much just messing with the scales. That's all I really do.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, I'm trying to get some stuff like I should learn more like blues scales and things like that. I just know like just
definitely do that, yeah.
Chord structures and junk. Try to learn that still, but I lag on it. I really don't teach myself new things. I just play the same shit over and over and over sometimes, or I get bored and just don't touch the guitar for a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually that's the case with it, but lately I've been trying to play along with some drum beats I make. Try to keep in time with it, change the chords around, make it sound cool.
How much did you ever spend time just playing right along to the YouTube video of a song? You ever do that?
Yeah, a couple times.
I find it pretty helpful, especially like rhythm. Like sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
it's it's not the rhythm you think or whatever, you know, or I don't know, you know.
It's like the way you play it could be a little different the way it's actually played, and
you know, and I don't know if you're wanting to sound like the original, I mean, that'd probably be the thing to do is mimic that, you know, like play along with that, and see how best you get, I guess.
you run into like those perfectionists too, and like that's not how it's played. It's played like this, and you know, and
that's why, that's why with me, I have no problem like changing up a whole song, like maybe like just playing it in a whole different kind of style, so you don't get that great, like, you know, because who likes that either? Like, I don't like listening to somebody that's doing a cover band and they just do a bad job of it. It's like, that's all. Well, you guys suck or whatever. But where they might be better if they just didn't try, you know, like not try to, you know, just sing it themselves or something, you know.
And sometimes like when it's done differently, but in an original way, and it sounds good. But when somebody
it's
tries
always
to do
good if you can nail it on a, you know, a cover. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, people like that.
That's hard to do, I think.
Oh yeah. You know, like a guy might do well at one artist or something, or one or two. You know, like could be a real good mimicker. Like, I don't know, but yeah, you got to have a certain voice to sound like people. So.
Yeah, or your own style and voice and all that stuff. It's just
Half a mile from the county fair, and my brain was falling down. Baby's standing there, wrap a crowd. I can't. Yeah, it's always helpful to remember lyrics too.
Yeah. I have trouble just remembering the chords on shit, man.
We just stood there getting wet. Oh, the water.
Oh, the water. Let it...
That's a song I should learn.
Yeah.
I mean, I love, like, there's like 3 or 4 Van Morrison songs that are really popular. People like them, you know, like Moon Dance, Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah.
That one there. I don't know, at least those.
What was that one called? That's Stone Me. And Stone Me, my soul. Yeah.
Stone me just like Jelly Roll.
I'm looking at like some songs I have in here in my stupid I always say stupid all the time. I should say that in guitar tab. The guitar, what is it called? ultimateguitar.com.
Yeah.
Those ads get in the way a lot. They charge a lot for this. They want like $80 a year.
Yeah, fuck that place, man. I mean, that's why I don't like. As soon as it costs me, I'll just leave them or whatever. But if you, as long as you're on a laptop, like I know, like I don't know if you've tried it on a phone, but on a laptop, it lets me scroll. It lets me set scroll and tempo and on a song. You know, I could play through it without.
Oh yeah,
But if you try, it won't allow you. It won't allow you to do that on a phone or a tablet.
No, I never used that. I never used that feature before on there.
I liked it, and also, I mean, it's just a simple thing, but you know, the chord changer, the whatever, you know, you go
the
scale, key,
change the key of the song, yeah.
And the same thing there on a laptop, it'll let you do it, and you know, because well, it's helpful for me because there's a lot of chords I don't know well, right? So.
Same here. Yeah, there's a lot to have to look at. I have to look at the tabs.
I'll get it into a GCA scale or some shit, you know, or whatever, with maybe one, you know, B minor or something in it, or whatever, instead of whatever it was in the other scale. You know,
the B minor is kind of jumping from that to the other. It's when I started doing it, it was easier for me to jump from the B minor, you know, using the full bar chord to go to the B to the G here.
Yeah, B minor to G. Yeah.
But then I started getting used to just go from the regular G. Just practice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it seems to me there's like when you notice when you're playing stuff, you notice there's certain chords that are always gonna go with the B minor, whether it's a E or a G or a D maybe, but
Mhm.
you know, not all chords sound well with it, right? I mean, it won't go in with a lot of different chords, you know.
Yeah,
But
I was checking this one thing out. There's one dude was playing like you could play anything long as it follows a rhythm, and you got enough time in between them, so you could like go from.
oh, okay, I see what the guy's saying. Your mind can follow it or whatever, or yeah, as long as there's enough of a break in between the.
And the rhythm to it, yeah, I got. Let's make a pretty good little demonstration of it, but it's kind of tricky because you don't want to go too far off, you know, when you're playing stuff.
Right. Well, there's obviously there's G, C, F, and G, that triplet set, or E,
Yeah.
A, and D. E, A, and D is another triplet that's like so many songs are E, A, and D, or the other way, C, F, and G,
or D and G,
or D, A, and G is another one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A lot of CCR songs use that DAG or GAD or a variation of that. They have a lot of that, or yeah.
But there's a lot of E minors that go with most of those combinations too. Like, and same with the B minor too. You can throw that in the A minor, B minor, E minor.
Yeah, they always got something. I gotta drop it down somewhere in there.
House of the Rising Sun?
Yeah, it's a
A minor, C, D, F, isn't it?
Yeah, F, then back to
A minor,
A minor,
D,
E7.
Yeah, there is a D7 in there, right? Because I was going to say
E7.
an E7.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I went to an E. I went to an E, I guess.
The second part is weird because the second part goes, instead of going to the A minor to it goes to the C. No, A minor. It switches back and forth, I think.
Oh, wait.
Play that
okay, wait. 1 second, if you, yeah. There is a house in New Orleans. They call Lazin. Oh, okay. So it goes from C to that E7. That, right?
Yeah.
It's been, then back to A minor. Been the ruin of many. That's a D, right? Regular D. Many a poor boy. Thank God. Now I thought this was an E. Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? It could be E7 again. No.
Yeah, E7.
So it's E7 both times?
E7 to A minor, back to E7, again to A minor.
Can you see, try putting a full E on that the second time. Where speak up. Where I first
so they right there is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. So it goes to C. Call the rising sun. And it's been of many poor and me, oh God. So it's weird.
I think it is E7 though. Now that
E7.
E almost works, but the E7 is better.
They both work, but E7 sounds more like in sync with the sound of how it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. I can, because this is the difference right there. That's the E7 string, or if you hit it with a D, you get that sound. But a D7, that's added to it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Man, thanks. That's because I knew something wasn't right about that song. And you throw a D7 in there, right?
You could on the second part to make it sound a little more chimey.
Yeah.
I think it sounds good like when you're really working it and you're like, like heavy into it. There's like when you start finger picking it. So you go. The second one. Yeah. Gives it more of like a darker sound in the second part of it. So I've thrown it there on accident sometimes, but it sounds all right.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
Mhm.
And then that's all you have to learn. It's just repeat the same thing right there. I don't think there's any
It
bridge
was
or
over
anything.
and over. That's it, I think.
Repeat that 4 times or something. I think.
Just keep playing it over and over. And I guess if you could get like I'm still trying to learn the lead and get into that kind of stuff.
Tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend my life
in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun.
Who was that did that song?
Eric Burton. It was the Animals, but Eric Burton sang it. So I think it was like Eric Burton and the Animals because he was part of the group, but he
I
did
think
his
it's
own thing.
Burton. Eric Burton.
Burton, right?
Eric
Burton.
I think they would say Burden.
No,
like
Burden.
I think. Well, that's how I remember hearing it, like on the radio.
Yeah.
Eric Burden.
I only found out about that because I liked the song when I was a kid. So I went down to Tower Records, and I found the album. I said Eric Burden, and I can't remember how it's pronounced or how it's spelled. It's gonna be one of those Mandela effect things.
Yeah.
But then I saw, I was okay. Then I said other Eric Burton, he he sings with War. So I got that one too, and that's how I got into War when I was a kid. I started listening to that.
War.
Good God, y'all!
What
is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
That's a badass song, dude.
Yep.
Ain't nothing for but what they leave nothing. Something about the Undertaker.
I can't remember now. See. Valley's bugging.
They don't leave anything except for the Undertaker. There's like some line like that about war. Yeah. War. That's all it does. It's like death, destruction.
I can't remember the lyrics. I mean, I remember how it goes, but I can't place it. I'm sorry, going to other like war songs.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
They played a lot of that stuff in the lowrider, I guess, community or something. They love the shit out of War, man. Everywhere you turn, they're blasting that stuff.
If you mention that phrase, my mind goes to
drives a little slower. Low rider is the one to show. That's pretty slow. That's a pretty slow jam.
It's bad. I love that song, man. I mean, you can just chill and with that in the background playing, right? I mean, it's a great song, man.
Yeah.
It's a feel good song. It's a definitely like feel good, chill out. It's kind of that's nice. It's
great. I think it was lowriding started off in Detroit.
Figures.
It did. It was.
They would chop up their cars and shit.
It was a black community started it. Really, they were lowering their cars. They put like bling on, trying to pimp them out. And then that got real popular. And then the Mexicans picked up on like crazy.
They stole that shit and perfected it.
They did. Those Mexicans swiped like, "Hey, take that out, Cardinal. What's that, man? I don't know. But if the black kids are doing it, it's pretty cool. We better go grab it, huh? Yeah, that's
a cool shit.
It's ours now."
Yeah. We'll just tell them we was doing this back in Tijuana back in the 50s, man.
No, they're chasing. Just throw some Cheeto bags, man, behind us. They'll stop. It's my last grape soda. I don't want to give it up. Do it. Oh, man. That's funny.
I love Cheech and Chong, man.
Yeah, I would do those. I would do that kind of shit, and that would give me a lot of trouble around my family. Just that what I did right now. I
It's
was
like
doing
that.
Yeah, yeah, just
I'll be
fucking
getting you the
around,
pink eye.
Oh, definitely, yeah. 'Cause they're very like embarrassingly, I guess,
Racial. I mean,
Chicano proud.
very
Yeah,
proud of their race.
they'll have like the fucking flags on their car. I mean, I don't mind. I guess it's all right, but I don't know. Pick a country, man. Kind of asshole.
I mean, I never ever thought of myself or anyone of my neighbors, whatever color, as but Americans. I mean, and
right.
we might say, my ancestors came over from Norway. I mean, I'm half Norwegian.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
do you think I want to go to Norway? Fuck no, man.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like being kind of like culturally proud. Say, okay,
yeah,
that's cool, this and that, but to say it's but when most like let's face the reality, most of them say they'll put a flag. I've seen it, they'll put the flag in their yard and they'll say that this land was stolen and it's really this land and it's better than the other. And the other hear the whole spew, and I'm like, oh, let's remember the Alamo. And
right, I see what you mean.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna let Valerie out real quick on the door. Give me a second.
I hear you. I got a lot of practice to do. You can probably tell.
Right on. Sounds good. I'm gonna walk around the yard real quick. Give me a couple minutes.
I like this. On this A, if you roll down, you can catch the bottom strings. It's like, I don't know if you can hear that, but do you hear that? That how it raises? I don't know. I don't know if you could tell, but you can kind of flatten. You know how you do your A with the one finger? Basically, you just flatten it and cover the lower strings under you, and it raises, gives you those kind of the D string sound on those lower strings. Oh, I don't know. Oh, you're muted. I guess you're still away.
Hey, I've been listening for a little bit. Just trying to test before I go with the crap I got here. Everything sounds like shit on it. Yeah, I got it.
That's another thing I've been kind of just messing with a little bit is just playing, just plucking very slowly through a chord, like
Yeah.
and if you sing along with that, I mean, it's amazing. You don't need much behind you.
Yeah, it's kind of like you follow along.
Instead of strumming it, you know what I'm saying? You just kind of pick it slowly, boom, 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 or whatever, and you move to the next one, and maybe you only hit one of the strings on it or something before you move to the next chord, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just playing with a slow roll
like
through.
some songs you could do that with it, and it sounds nice. Yeah.
The song has to be right.
I think, like, let me see this one here. It doesn't need a capo. I don't have a capo right now. Oh, it doesn't need a capo. Fourth
Here
fret.
you go.
I got it right here. I found it. The cat always knocks off my desk.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Little fucker. This is you haven't played this one though. Everybody's talking. Remember that one? Everybody's talking at me.
Oh, yeah.
I don't hear what they're saying. Oops. I need a cable for that shit, dude. It's too high. Let's see. Maybe you do. Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear what they're saying. Only the echoes of my
You might try even slowing it down.
I know I have a problem with going too fast.
Everybody's
talking at me. I don't hear what they're saying. Only the echo of my mind. People, they stop and staring. I can't see their faces. Only the shadows of their eyes. Whoops, I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain. Going where the
weather suits my clothes. I love that line, man. Going where the weather suits my clothes.
Yeah, right. That's a good line. Making off them northeast wind. Sailing on summer breeze. Skipping over the ocean like a stone.
That's got to be probably my favorite, Glenn.
It's a nice song. It's a pretty song.
It's a great song. Yeah.
It's a rock pretty song, chickies.
That dude had so many accolades from fellow musicians in the business. He was a very popular like songwriter and thing. Yeah, I guess he wrote a lot of songs. I think other people did.
I know Harry Nilsson was sang that one, right?
Glenn Campbell. Yeah.
I thought it was Harry Nilsson.
I think Glenn Campbell wrote that.
Yeah, I think he did write it. Yeah,
I think Harry Nilsson did the most famous version of it, right? Yeah.
It was for the movie, wasn't it? It was for some movie, I think.
Was it the Electric Cowboy?
Something like that, wasn't it? Some weird cowboy thing.
Remember that movie where Glenn Campbell came out in a horse, like an electric horse, like electric, lighted up everything.
I remember that one song, right? On Cowboy.
I think it was called The Electric Horseman. Maybe.
I don't know. I have no idea what it was called, but
I think it's the electric.
No, you know what? It's the what's my thing's called the V Midnight Agent. It was the Midnight Cowboy.
Oh, the Midnight Cowboy. Oh, that was a dark movie, right?
That's what it's called, right?
Was it the Midnight Cowboy?
Or something like that. I think that's where I got this name for the Midnight Engine. I think I got it from that one.
Okay, well maybe you're like I don't know. I might be
Really
mixing up like different things.
was when
Actually,
I was tripping some LSD or something retarded like that.
I just remember this movie with Glenn Campbell in it, where, as I recall, like he was like living in Texas or something, a cowboy dude, and I don't know if
I don't know.
he attained some kind of fame, but one of his agents or somehow it's like the Australian guy that came to New York, the Crocodile Dundee, sort of like that. But anyway,
Okay.
he comes to New York, and he's ended up on a horse that's in a whole lighted up outfit, hat, cowboy hat, and everything, the whole studded shirt, but all lighted up. The horse lighted up, like. And I thought it was called the Electric Horseman. It might have been called.
No idea.
That might have been a whole different movie, but
Or maybe it could be like a thing for a movie, like a
but
video.
there's definitely the Midnight Cowboy.
Yeah.
And I thought
right.
wasn't that New York City based, the Midnight Cowboy?
Got me on that one.
Okay, I mean, if I'm thinking of maybe, and I might be mixing up, like is that a Dustin Hoffman movie?
Again, I don't know.
Okay.
I just remember watching a documentary on Harry Nilsson, the music he was doing, and it's one of the only songs that he did not write, but he sang for the movie. Nice. And it was like a really big hit. But he wrote a lot of songs that other people sing. He wrote that song "Can't Live Without You." That was I can't.
Yeah, like Nilsson, he was a prolific songwriter too.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was that one you just mentioned?
It's called I know the chorus is "I can't live as if living is without you."
That one. I can't live.
I can't give any more. I can't live.
I can't see.
Yeah, yeah, that one. Mariah Carey made that popular in the 90s. And I can't forget tomorrow when
I can't live
with all the sorrow or something. Yeah,
living is without you. Mm-hmm. I can't live. I can't give anymore. I can't live.
He has a real high notes.
That was a pretty popular song.
Mm-hmm.
People felt it meaningful, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Good love song. I like writing songs myself. It's not that hard if you got a little bit of imagination or something. And don't you find it's not that hard to tinker around with the guitar and come up with like a little, catchy kind of phrasing on the guitar or something, That's what everybody else has been doing. You're muted. That's what. Oh yeah, you're probably talking to Catherine or on the phone. Right?
Just like somebody like a jingle. Get them Jews out my yard. Get them Jews out my yard.
Oh my God.
Hey there, have you seen that?
I thought you were going to say something about the Palestinians on the second line, or Hamas.
I'm not that political, I guess.
You remember that guy that was on I was listening to on the video right when you came in, Mark Gruber.
Oh yeah.
So, you know how you have the Antifa rioters from like 2020, or whatever, in these like Portland and these areas or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's talking about all these other terrorist types come pouring in from over the southern border, and so yeah, he puts them together and calls them Hamtifa. Hamtifa.
Oh, it's a wreck, man.
Oh my God,
that's crazy, man.
I did listen to a short interview of a property owner down in Texas somewhere. That's just fucking crazy that they cannot go out of their house unless they got a sidearm on, you know.
Really?
And because
it's
of just they don't never know who will just be wandering through their, you know, because they're like these people come up to the house and stuff.
I know it's trippy because you see
they're
both
looking
sides.
for shit, you know, maybe gonna steal shit. Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll catch some left wing news or some really like, you know, far left stuff, like, you know, like the Daily Show or something like that. They get really dumb.
Yeah.
And they'll interview people. It's not the Daily Show, some news thing. They're interviewing somebody in Texas, and the guy, you know, it's a Texas dude, you know, big old white dude. He's like, I don't know what the whole fuss is about, bringing all this National Guard and people carrying weapons. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing happening over here. Ain't nobody going to my yard. It's like I don't know. They got like both sides of the story. And I could see where a lot of people don't worry about it because maybe they're in a place where they don't have to worry about it. But I'm sure there are people that live right on the edge of those lines where they have people running up through the yards, you know?
Somehow the videos of all the people pouring over the border from the fucking Panama all the way up, you know, from around the world, it's
crazy, dude. It's like
it's all done by the UN, all by these NGOs. It's all paid for by us. That's the worst part.
There's nothing here for them other than for them to get votes if they're letting them vote. Because there's no jobs. There's nothing here.
They want to replace you know, homegrown citizens with people who have no ideas of freedom, or, you know, they don't have that
they can control them more.
This First Amendment shit, and like they'll just bow to the government. These people, that's what they're used to. That's what they want. They just follow orders.
Yeah, that sucks. That's our government too. Hey, it's
man, I'm
pretty sad.
I mean, it's, you know, it's a selfish idea for my, like, it pains me though. Ever since I saw the first fucking mask that they were putting on in 21 or whenever it was.
Oh yeah.
Or 2020 was it?
I don't. Yeah, but I already talking about. It's like, oh, now they have everybody under control.
The first time I walked into a grocery store and it was all this fucking separation and mask and everything.
That was ridiculous.
What sickened me wasn't the government it wasn't that the government was doing it. What sickened me was that every fucking buddy next to me had a fucking mask on and was following like a fucking sheep.
I got dirty looks too, because I wasn't following that crap.
I can't
tell you. In the grocery store,
I got in or the dirty looks. Yeah, for
with
just walking around like.
And they had like one-way aisles, this way on that aisle, this way on that aisle. I was like, "Fuck that!" I want peanut butter. I'm gonna go that way and get my fucking peanut butter and go back. I don't care, you know. It's ridiculous, and I was you know, it's just silly how they had the whole separation. It did nothing. It was pointless. Let's just see how much they have more people.
How would you have liked it? Like, I wouldn't have liked to been in somewhere like Victoria, Australia, or something, where you saw videos where, you know, those law enforcers went inside people's houses, threw them down on the fucking floor, you know, tie wrap their fucking shit and walk them out for fucking not wearing a mask.
That's crazy, man.
I would fucking be killing somebody or be killed. I mean, you know, that's just how I feel. I mean, it's like,
I don't know, when they got you under that, when they got you by the gun right there. I mean, what else can you do? It's almost like,
well, that's the thing. I mean, when they got you, they got you. I mean, I'm not gonna resist just to be killed. I mean, I'll resist, but you know, they're gonna have to wrestle me out.
If I was in that situation, it's almost like, okay, I need to do what I have to do to get out of this. I can see what I have to do to avoid the cuffs, but still do something about it, you know?
Well, that's what my mind would always be trying. Like, it would be flying, like, you know, I would be remaining calm, but I'd be like, you know, how am I getting out of this fucking
I know it really gets me on how people view justice in, especially like in places like America. They never go directly to the problem. You know, they always blame somebody else for the problem or something like that. It's even to the point where they'll say, okay, these three individuals. Now, whether they be gang members, little hooligans, or police officers, let's say they go out and do something and they do some bad things and they kill somebody. instead of going after those people who they know they are, they go after like their race or their people, or they'll retaliate in some other way rather than just taking out what the problem is. It's like people forgot what eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth kind of really means in a way. You know, the Muslims have it right when it comes to law and order. If they're gonna chop off my hand, I'd rather fucking think twice if I'm gonna go in there and steal some fucking batteries. You know?
Yeah, when you see the guy, like you grew up with that guy next door that only had the two fingers, you know,
Right.
and yeah, he told you how did that happen, you know, and it's like
Yeah.
you learn early. Oh, you steal, you lose a finger. No way, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
I
some people
mean,
need that.
you know, I don't care for a system that doesn't allow for some kind of uh
Like, you know, the people that
you know,
were
you mean like
wearing.
I'm talking about the 50-year-old lady who stole some food because she had 3 kids at home and the husband has been killed, and she, you know,
Yeah,
like
see, that should never even happen. You know what I mean? That should never even like be a problem.
right,
That
it
should
should,
never happen.
yeah.
First, the lady should never be in a situation like that. And second, if she's not, there should be people who give her help to get out of that situation. And there are emergency services, but only limited.
No,
And
but I mean, you're talking about America, but
oh,
yeah, I was kind of just picturing anywhere around the world, though. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, so, I
yeah.
mean, I'm just saying, people can be in some fucking uh,
Well, the thing
really
is,
stressful situations
if
that.
you okay, but if you look at, like, let's say you look at the Muslims, like I said, they chop off your hand, this and that. If you look at their communities and how they are structurally in the religion, they take
Now
care of
that's
those
true.
people.
That's true
They,
too.
they take care of their
It's kind
people.
of like the Mormons, like that. The Mormons do take care of their own pretty good.
Mhm.
You know, if you're
They'll support them. And they would say, I think I mean, they don't just go out there and start chopping hands. They'll take him to court and they'll figure out what's going on, you know, why he did it and this and that. And I'm sure they'll adjust things.
okay, let's
I
assume they
know it's not
just, you
that
know,
brutal.
treat it. It's, you know, a fair treatment to, you know, equal treatment to everybody. That's what some of the
Well,
most important
it's
things
kind
is
of like,
equal treatment.
yeah. Have you ever seen? There's a documentary, a couple of them. I've seen several. There's one that's interesting that has that Louis Theroux guy, that British guy. He's a real scrawny dude. He goes in there and gets kind of in depth. But there's another one, and they have these Muslim women that are divorcing their husbands or vice versa, and
Oh,
they go through a court system.
really?
Yeah, they go through a court system, a whole court system, and they have to argue why they're divorcing. They send them to therapy. They
Is
send them
this
to,
what country is this? Is this in the UK or
no, this is like in, I want to say like, it was
like
several different countries they're going
someplace like
through.
Qatar
It,
or something
no,
like that,
it's
right? A
totally
Middle
like
East,
Islamic rule. Like, you know, the women have to cover their faces and all
like
that. It was
Saudi Arabia or
exactly
Qatar
a
or
place like
something
that. It
like
was in
that.
Saudi Arabia, Iran, or
Okay,
maybe even
gotcha.
Iraq or places like that.
And
Yeah.
you mean they can actually get divorces? I mean,
They go through courts and they have to have reasons why. And it's weird because it's like, if they don't have a good enough reason, the court will say, no, you can't get divorced. You need to go to therapy and have, you know, couples, this and that. But you hardly, or, you know, I think it's just extreme environments during times of, I don't know what, maybe a change of, you know, of order or rulers or presidents or kings or whatever they want to call them. A lot
oh
of this
yeah,
crazy
like
shit
the
happens.
change of a regime change or
Right.
something.
Yeah. You see a lot of heads being chopped off and cabinet
Yeah.
members being shot in the head and all that stuff.
Ugh.
When they start to settle down, try to control their citizens, they just can't do that crazy stuff. They have to have law and order.
Man, there's some crazy shit going on in Europe, man. I'm so they're ahead of us in the downfall. Let's put it that way. I'm talking about the common man.
Uh-huh.
Like England is a fucking unless you're in London and making money, it's poor, man. Nobody makes any money. It's like hard to get by.
Well, even if you do make money, you have to give a lot of it up for taxes, I think, because you hear a lot of people like authors and movie stars and this and that moving and becoming U.S. citizens just so they could keep their money and generate wealth from it.
I'm tempted to look into what it would take to move to El Salvador or just at least move, you know, spend a year there or something.
Yeah, what if it goes back to the way it used to be? I know they cleaned it all up, and made one of the
supposed,
safest
I mean, it's
countries.
supposed to be one of the safest places in the world now. I mean, right now, at the moment.
What if they have a jailbreak, or they done killing all the prisoners? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they execute him, or they just put him in jail?
Like right? Yeah. What if they have a jailbreak? They're all in there, you know, doing something. I don't know. I imagine they would have to get rid of them somewhere, one way or the other. They would have to get rid
Well,
of them.
anyways, what I did want to look into is just to see how much American dollars would be, you know, if they go further down there, how much further, you know, because I'm on a fixed income, but imagine I could, you know, look at, you know me, I could be happy in a little freaking hut, you know, or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do it just because I'm just, you know.
You like America, you like the safety.
You got everything you need here. There's nothing else out there. I mean,
no, but I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe you could really like live like a king on just like here I have to live like a pauper. You know, I have to be very careful and everything, you know, of course. Yeah. Well, I think everyone should be careful, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, like I gotta be frugal, man. Like, I mean, I'm sure you're in the same boat, you know.
Oh, definitely. I hardly make anything, but I have to, even though I own property and have a little homestead, I still have to pay property taxes. I have to maintain the lawn. They don't want any odd things. I'm going to argue with them about putting a fence up because it's right next to this thing here they maintain. So I don't know if they're going to let me do that. It's a lot of, it's a lot of crap you have to put up with, you know.
Like, okay, like here's this. I think I shared with you. Maybe I don't know if you heard, but there's a little scuttlebutt going on in the RV camp where I live in, and the other maintenance guy was really treated badly, and I guess he's going to be out today or tomorrow. But just like my place, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing offensive if you look at it for especially the context. I mean. It's just, I got a nice tent set up and then my camper, and except for the blocks, you know, like, you know, it's not the prettiest thing to look at the bottom side of a camper that's like propped up a half, you know, it's got some,
you want to keep it level.
For leveling, but that's expected in a campground, and every other camper has the same thing. I'm just saying it's nothing unusual, you know, except that I told you I'm remodeling the whole thing. So in the kitchen sink, I didn't have I don't have a drain for the kitchen sink. You know, the old system would have drained into a tank that you would empty out later. You know, it had two tanks. You'd fill it up with one with clean water, and the other one was empty. And you come back, right? The clean water's gone, and the yucky sink water is in the tank, right? That it's gray water, right? It's not sewer, it's just gray water, they call it.
Right.
Anyway, so all right, so I had already piped in my system for the backside, you know, the normal, you know, up to a septic, right? It drops down into the, you know, so I don't have whatever. I have to operate the valves once in a while, you know, to empty the tanks, you know, like you do. You got to empty the shitter first, and then you shut that, empty the shower one, you know, washes it all out, blah, blah, blah. And then you shut that, you're good to go, right? Okay. So anyways, on my kitchen sink, which was forward, you know, of that area, I just drilled like 1.5 inch hole in the floor and sent the plastic pipe out, put a little trap in it at the bottom. So it's probably like a 4-foot piece of pipe from the bottom of the sink, you know, all the way down to where it hits the ground. And then I had to dig it out to make so the trap would fit in there, because you should have a trap, otherwise you're gonna get insects or whatever crawling in.
Right.
Okay, and that was it. And then I had a piece of pipe that just went past my trailer, and then that's it. Okay, and I've had that probably for 4 months, you know, whatever. It's been a while. And then this fucking asshole, the new maintenance guy, comes over, like, you know, and there, you know, it is a thing. It does happen to be in Tennessee. The state of Tennessee considers all water sewage water, or, you know, it's all considered sewage. In other words, you're not allowed to just, you know, you couldn't eject your washer you know,
into
you
the
wash
ground
your
or
entire
anything.
laundry water out
Yeah.
onto the lawn and help it, you know, let it water the shit, even if you got biodegradable soap or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, so that's kind of fucked up. But the thing is, nobody's gonna like. I would say to the guy, what is it you think is the problem here? Aside from some pieces, you know, some black ink spelling out some shit on some pages in somebody's office in the county somewhere, what is the fucking problem? Tell me. I want you to show me the problem. You know what I mean? Like, because all you can see is that the grass or the weeds are healthier right there.
Where the water goes, right?
That's it. It's and believe me, I don't even use the sink. Like, imagine how often you use a kitchen sink, Victor. How often? I mean, you're never like, unless you're sitting there washing all the dishes.
Right.
That's the record, you know. So for
rinse out a cup maybe.
20 minutes on and off, you know, you're on and off, washing, and you know, and so you got a big pan full of water that you might have used. You know, and then till the next, or, you know, whatever, till later on in the night, you got to wash your hands off, you know. Oh, that's real, you know, this is real concerning. It just pisses me off. I just want, you know, I'm in a position where I decided I'm just going to ride it out and fucking, you know.
You ride your lease out?
Yeah, I'm just going to ride out. I'm going to work on paying my vehicle off. So when I do leave, I'll just be, fuck you. I know your train's going off.
Yeah, you heard that?
And it's just the principle of the thing. Like, fucking mind your own fucking business, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have
sucks how they do that, interfere like that.
If I'd have had panels lined along the edge of my camper that blocked the view of below, you know, like a lot of people might do, it wouldn't have been out. The guy wouldn't have said shit, and there wouldn't have been, like, this is what my point is. There wouldn't, you know, there wouldn't even have been evidence of any shit to think anything, right?
Yeah.
It's just because there's nothing wrong. It's not a problem. The only problem is he knows that it's not ejecting into the other system.
Sewage drain. Is there any way you could put it into the sewage drain?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I figured out a way to do it if I'm going to do it. But I did tell him, well, you're going to have to wait till next month, man, because I don't, you know, I got to budget this shit. It's like, yeah, so fuck off. Well, I'll tell her. Tell her as if she had the issue. The owners already knew about it. That's the thing. Before this,
so just like this bugging you,
showed up, and like he knew that. I had this thing there, but I mean, the only problem is when it is raining. Like, it's been raining a lot lately, and so that there's an area where walking in front, you know, you got to be careful because you might slip on some mud, you know.
Yeah.
And probably the fucker, you know, while I was gone one day, he was probably probably walking around my shit, and fucking probably fell on his ass. And then he fucking came up with the idea, oh, that fucker, you need to get that thing, so I don't fall on my ass when I'm checking your shit out while you're gone. This is my imagination, but
you know, I've been at this property for I think a while, and I put I don't know how much freaking rock into the driveway and around it, and it just sinks right into the ground. It's like I don't know how many tons of not concrete but rock. And you remember how slippery it was and how crappy it was? Oh yeah. It's not that bad now. It's raised up a lot, but it needs to be evened down. I need a lot more freaking rock and dirt in here though. I haven't sent buckets of rock in.
I'm gonna try something.
So it's not as bad as it was. Even when it rains, you can still walk the yard. It's just some spots are still a little low, and you get rock in and fill them in. Sand and rock and dirt.
I'm gonna try to switch to my this. Why won't this fucking thing open? Oh, maybe that's why. Dang it! It's like a live video. It's like I have to go to YouTube and search for my video instead of I can't open it from my channel. It's weird. Did you catch the title of the thing?
Mm-mm.
It's a Queen song. That's what I lazing on a Sunday afternoon.
I'm not familiar with that one, I don't think. Is it like the lyrics of the song, or is it lyrics or a title?
I think that's the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Lazing on. It's one of those songs where it's got that old like 1920s flair, like the flapper kind of.
Okay, like sitting on top of the world. Da, 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 da.
Lazing on a Sunday afternoon. Friday.
Maybe I have heard it. I don't know. I had like a couple of their best, like greatest
I
hits
come from
cassette
London
things.
town. I'm just an ordinary boy.
Maybe not.
That's
pretty,
part of it, yeah.
That's pretty gay. It's like you can tell if Freddie Mercury's gay then.
I'm bound to be proposing on Saturday night because I'll be lazing on a Sunday afternoon.
I have not heard that one, I don't think.
Yeah, it's on Night at the Opera. Search.
I guess I ain't that limp wristed. I draw some show tunes. I don't know. Like
Exactly. Right. So Victor, I'm gonna get out of this other one.
Right on.
I'm gonna try to close this.
Good. Switch over, different camera.
Oh, okay, that's what I meant to do. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay, good. The iPad was running, almost out of juice. So I'll put this up here. I should go for a walk with the dog. I think that won't be too bad. Jackson. Turn my camera around.
Yeah, like a campground somewhere.
Well, it's it's in this it's called Piney Falls Nature Area or something.
Piney Falls. That sounds right nice there.
I'm gonna turn my camera around so I can. There we go.
I went to my Jed Clampett avatar. I lost it.
But dude, check this out. Can you see?
Yeah.
So that's wait 1 second. Okay, there's the road I came down. You know those wires and all that. Like it's just come way down, come up this road, and then you're on this tower, and then over here it's just. I mean, it's a great place to be with a dog. I mean, it's nobody's going to be up here for camping even or anything really.
Cool.
And there, down there about a quarter mile, there is a parking lot for and people go hiking down the trail and whatnot.
Oh, it's like
Jack,
little, okay. Well,
come on, Jack. And I'm just walking to this up to the tower here now. You can see see those
yeah.
towers.
Yeah.
And I discovered not all the towers are like AT&T towers, or you know they don't help my phone. Have you ever know? Like I always assumed a tower was a tower was a tower.
Right. Like they all share signal, or they all.
Yeah, that I just figured, you know, all the companies. If you know, if you had an AT&T phone, there's a tower. You're gonna get. You know,
No, we need government control for. We need like socialism on that side of it.
man, that's a fucking look at that's a heavy duty setup, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Jackson, come here. Come on, let's go down. Jackson. Oh, there's like a little trail down there. Or another road. Just a little lower down, I guess. I don't know where. Who knows? Yeah, cool. I mean, it's very rare that you can be out in this kind of nature and have such good cell signal. That's all I want to say. It's kind of
Out
cool.
in nature next to cell towers.
Yeah, I mean, they popped a cell tower out in the middle of this fucking park, wilderness area. I'm sure this, and it's like a high power thing. I think it was just you know where they had power, and it was the elevation that they could make use of sending the signal for people from miles around, because these things go for miles.
Yeah.
As long as you're in sight of it, you know, if there's nothing blocking it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a really powerful one actually close to my campground, but there's not a convenient place to park near it.
Close to it.
Especially if I want to let the dog out. I mean, I could always drive there and pull over on the road. Or whatever, but, you know, it's kind of nice to be able to like do what I'm doing here. Want to go down the road a little bit? Huh? Want to check it out down here? Jackson's doing pretty good.
Right on.
Huh? Come on this way.
Val's getting old and lazy. She just lays around most of the time and doesn't do much.
Oh yeah. You guys didn't get another dog yet, did you?
No, I don't know if I am. I don't know, man.
Might
It's a lot
not
of
get
response.
another one. Yeah.
I don't
It is
know.
a lot of.
I always had a dog, so I don't know.
It's almost as it's almost as much responsibility as having a kid.
It is sometimes
you know,
more.
the kid is obviously more valuable to you, but it's if you're going to care correctly for it, it's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Valerie's been with us for almost 10 years. So.
I mean, I was just thinking about him the other day, thinking like every fucking day since we've met, I've fed that fucker like at least twice a day.
Yep.
And like we've been together, like we haven't been separated except for one short time when I was living with my mom, and I forget, I went somewhere for a weekend or something. It just wasn't convenient to have him. But I just don't go places where we can't go together, I guess. You know.
Yeah, same with Val's. My shadow forever.
Yeah. I feel okay leaving my shit up there at the top of the hill. Obviously, nobody's gonna come out of the woods, I don't think, and steal my guitar.
Hope not.
But I'm walking down the road. That's the only way up here. So.
You see somebody in there start running back.
There he is. There.
Hey, Jackson.
Got your feet all dirty, I see. Just gave him a bath last night. I mean, I have to give him a bath. Oh, he's taking a shit.
Yeah. Good boy, Jackson.
When nature calls.
Yep.
Where are you going? Come on.
He's like, I'm going back. I'm done pooping.
Wasn't that what we're here for? Hey, I didn't get to take my shit yet, Jackson. Come on. You probably enjoy being out and away from the city, don't you?
Yeah.
I like that part, but
we still get a lot of traffic around here being on like the main road, but it's better than being like in the middle of the city for sure.
I mean, it's a big difference from where you were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think of all the concrete where you used to live. And
oh yeah,
not near as much concrete around you as there used.
Not at all. Yeah, there's hardly any greenery unless you went to a
for
park.
The highway.
Yeah. I mean, San Diego wasn't too bad. They had a lot of greenery here and there. They had parks and this and that. It was nicely laid out, but it was still the parts where you could only really live in if you weren't like upper middle class or had money was, it's pretty concrete, block to block.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm just referring to any metropolis, Phoenix, same way, Detroit, if you're in the suburbs or whatever, it's just, so much concrete around you.
Yeah.
From sidewalks to driveways to parking lots to whatever.
Yeah, I used to, when I was driving back and forth, I would cut through like major cities, just check out, like take them, the main highway through Houston or take the southern route all the way through just so I could hit, Atlanta and things like that, just to check out the cities and drive through the scenic routes or the trucking routes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of gritty places in all those places, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you don't take the loop that takes you around all that, you just go through and check it out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Like Kat and I will take the Toyota, or we'll just take her car out sometime. We haven't done it in about a year, but we would go to, like, let's say we get out of St. Louis, and once we see the arch, we'll take the first exit, and it'll be like some little shitty highway that led to an old bridge across the Mississippi that led to like old factories. It's all run down, and there's like, it's all shitty, and then we'll just cruise around those places and check it out. And I have a lot of pictures and a little bit of video on some camera SD cards somewhere around here of that stuff. I remember I was taking a picture of a cop across the street in his car. He'd all looking at me all hardcore. I was like, what's this cop's problem? I'm just trying to take a picture of him. Jesus Christ. He's just like looking at me like, want to kill me. And my camera was like an SLR camera, like big old lens on it.
Oh, wow. Sweet.
I was taking pictures of like old buildings in St. Louis, and I just saw him across. Victor, take a snapshot.
Victor's doing an audit. All of a sudden, he's an auditor.
I did that. I did that like I think it was we had the Volvo. Shit, that was like 8 years ago. I had my camera and I was fucking around like that. I mean, I wasn't doing it intentionally to try to get him riled up, but once I saw him get a little riled up, I was like, oh man, check this guy's getting mad at me.
Fucker, somebody dumped a bunch of drywall up here.
Oh man, people throw fucking trash in my ditch. I hate that because I'm right off the main road. Imagine
hauling a bunch of shit all the way up here. That probably would have cost them $50 to dump, at the place. Yeah. Well.
People suck ass, that's for sure.
Yeah. People are people, so what should be? You and I should get along. So Awfully. Okay. Lay down. Lay down.
Lay down, son. Rest your head.
Oh, that's me up. I'll open the door up for you, Jackson, so you don't have to do that again. All right. Should be able to sing something. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. So how's that sound, Victor?
Sounds good. You hear the guitar in the voice? Yeah, it wasn't. That thing was broken up.
Doesn't sound terrible. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh man, look at my life. 24 and so much more. Live alone in a paradise makes me think too. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost, like a coin that won't get lost. Rolling on you. Oh man, look at my life. I'm alive like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, one look at my eyes and you can tell that's true. Lullabies, looking like run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. I've been first and last. Look at how the time goes past. Now I'm all alone at last, rolling on you. Oh man, look at my life, I'm alive like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, one look at my eyes and you can tell that's true. Oh man, look at my life, I'm alive like you. Oh man, look at my life, I'm alive like you.
Nice, dude.
I should. Did I change the camera yet? Let's see. Only one front camera, I guess. Okay, cool. Oh, I know. Sounds good, Victor.
Recognize it?
No, but it sounds good.
It's just as a 2-chord song. It's a hang down your head, Tom. Dooley, hang down your head and cry. Hang down your head, Tom. Dooley, poor boy, you're bound to die.
Get my phone just came.
I need some whiskey.
To wet your whistle or what?
No, I'm just goofing. I'm all out of the marriage. See, dry as a bone.
I think I lost having any control on anything. So we're both just flying like solo in this hangout. You know what I mean? Because I at least I think so. Because I signed in with the same account though. But I'm not.
Like, says live.
I couldn't, when I came in, I couldn't let myself in. I had to log back into the iPad real quick before the power went out of it and let myself in on my iPhone, you know.
So you might have to let yourself out or whatever from the iPad instead of the phone.
Well, when this ends, I won't be able to end the live. I'll just be able to leave.
I see. You have to end it from the iPad.
I don't have controls to end the broadcast, right?
You have to log back into the other the main.
I would have to. Yeah, I gotta log into that. Yeah, so I just shut it off, and I think I'll be able to do that. I'm just charging it up.
I think so.
I think it's charging up. We'll see. Man, it turned. Now it's a beautiful sky, Victor. It's like clear sky.
That's nice. Yeah.
Really nice.
Now it's kind of cloudy over here. Before it was kind of nice and clean. Now it's all kind of dark over here.
So the next thing I'm gonna practice, or the next thing I'm gonna do, actually is I never play this guitar standing up. So I'm gonna, like, next time I come out or whatever, I'll probably have a strap because I want to stand up. I want to
like perform style
practice playing standing up, like if I was gonna be playing in front of somebody or with whatever.
Yeah.
Because that shit takes practice, man. Like, at least for me, I know it will be because I gotta always just sit in my lap, perfect spot or whatever. It's like where I do it, but if you stand
I always
up,
wear a strap. Even when I sit down, I wear a strap. I let it hang to my side, so when I stand up, there's not too much of a difference on it.
That's a good idea. But I mean, you know what I mean. It is different playing standing up than sitting on your lap. It kind of, at least I'll have to see how it is. Anyway.
Yeah, I usually don't really practice standing up. Once in a while, I might stand up but most of the time I practice just sitting down. Maybe I'm lazy. Yeah, I'm pretty lazy.
Wait, what? That's, I think that's a Beatles song, right? Have you ever heard that part where it goes, what's, I'm trying to think of the lyrics, like, how much I really love you.
Oh yeah. You know,
No one knows how much I really care. And then it's listen.
do you wanna know a secret?
Do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell? Closer, let me whisper in your ear. Say the words you long to hear.
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you. Ooh. I
That's
like
a good
that
song,
song.
yeah.
I probably wasn't hearing the right notes. It's something like,
It sounded like it's, yeah. Away from my window, leave at your own chosen speed.
oh,
I'm
good one.
not the one you want, babe. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone to be always strong.
Get over here.
You and defend me, whether you are right or wrong. Someone to open each and every door. But it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. Ain't me you're looking for, babe. Ain't me you're looking for, babe. That's the fun one.
Bob Dylan's always good.
That's because I started using down for the B minor because he uses the B minor, so it's like good practice for it. And the whole leave at your own, that blah 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 blah. That whole like drop down kind of sounds cool.
Right.
It was kind of hard to get down at first. I was like really like
I never tried that song.
it's pretty good. Who does that? Who sings this one? By guy by the Turtles, written by Bob Dylan. Yeah, it's Ain't Me, Babe.
Yeah. Oh, because I was listening to Dylan in my head. That's what I was
Yeah.
hearing. You know what I mean? Like, that's...
Oh yeah, it's definitely a Dylan song. The Turtles, they do like a little poppy style of it, I guess.
I love her for your life and nothing more, but it ain't me, babe. No, 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 it ain't me, babe. It ain't me you're looking for.
Babe. Ain't me you're looking for, babe.
The song, the one I want to learn and learn how to do is "Tangled Up in Blue."
I'm not familiar with that one.
You don't like it?
No, I'm not familiar with. Like, I haven't really like listened to it a lot.
Yeah.
I heard it once or twice, but
okay, but it's a pretty it's got a bunch of lyrics that are kind of cool in it. Little lyrical twist, like talking. He's working up in some logging camp, but and
it's Dylan.
In the song,
No, but it's a Dylan song though, or he wrote it.
Yeah, "Tangled Up in Blue."
Okay, I gotta listen to that then.
Let me. Oh, I can't do it. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's a song about a guy who's from the wrong side of the track meets a girl and they got to split up, and then years later, and like he tells, there's some stories that go on, but years later he runs into her and she's working at a topless place, and she comes up behind him and he feels kind of nervous when she reaches down to tie the laces of his shoes. And like it's a great sign. She takes him home after that, and they talk. Then they're talking about philosophy and Renaissance.
That's a weird song.
Oh, dude, it's a great. It's my favorite song of his.
I gotta listen to it. I like his what's it called, the Hurricane.
Oh yeah, that's
I like
definitely
that
cool.
one. It's
Like
really
that's
like rocky kind of for him.
I mean, you gotta admit. I mean, I don't know how true those all the facts it was, but man, what a song to paint a picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pretty good jam. Listen to it once in a while. It's a good driving jam. I'm the story of the hurricane. Whatever how it. They came to blame. Could have been champion of the world.
At one time, he could have been the champion of the world.
But he was put in a prison cell but one time. Or something. It's a pretty good song. I haven't heard that in a while, too. It's been a while since I listened to it.
I love it when he's talking about the courtroom scene. It's like the all-white jury.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just went along for the ride. I think it is the all-white jury. They just went along for the ride. Among the black crowd, among the black folk, he was just a crazy nigger. Nobody doubted that he pulled the trigger.
Good lyrics.
I mean, it just, man, he just captures it though. I mean, that wasn't offensive to anybody really, you know, except for the fucking people that, you know,
they took offense to it.
Fuckers,
yeah,
that fucking railroaded him, and you know, the real racists, you know.
Yeah, the people that keep racism alive by keeping it alive.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman said it best, man. I don't think you could say it any better than what he did in that one 60 Minutes interview with, I think it was Mike Wallace.
Oh yeah, then don't say it or something like that, or
yeah, he just got it. Well, don't say. What are you talking about? Just don't say. I don't want to participate. Basically.
Yeah.
You know, why do you bring that up? I mean, do you bring that up if you're talking to so and so?
Yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately, they do that. They'll judge a book by its cover a lot. That's sad.
Well, I mean, it's not like every person isn't a, you know, it's not like we're not aware of the skin differences of all the people around us. I would take that as a given.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, I noticed. I noticed it. I mean, what the fuck? I mean.
Yeah, for me, it's never
black guys. So what?
It's never to me. It's never been an issue with race. It's always been an issue with poverty level and where they live. Like when I deal with customers, I would get people from the ghetto. They got a whole different vocabulary and attitude than people that would come in, you know, from La Jolla to order, you know, custom glass trophies and things like that. It's a whole different way of talking to them.
Look, I'm sure all you care about is somebody, you know, basically treating you with mutual respect.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, and they're not, you know, they're not a thief or something. You know,
right?
I mean, I never some integrity.
I never had that problem when I was working because I was running the shop or I had my own shop or I was managing something, so they had to come to me. You know, or when I was doing networking, they had to call me for help. So I was always the one that, you know, was, I guess, in authority. So I was nothing was ever questioned on my account, but I would have to question people's accounts on their like culture and where they live because I would get it from both sides. I would understand both sides completely.
And that's part of life. You have to. Everybody should realize, you know, people don't know you and your culture. So if you're, you know, if somebody's new to something, you should like, it should be natural to cut them some slack and explain what's going, you know, or if
I don't take
like that. But my point was going to be though, no matter what stratus of society you measure or look at, you're always going to have these individuals who don't have integrity and they're, you know, they're assholes and they don't, And so I don't know. It ain't about race. That's all I'm saying. It's not. It ain't about
Well,
wealth either.
sometimes it is. Sometimes it is about race, though. It is like there's like pockets of people that are racist. How can I put it? People that live in the welfare state so long, they blame a race. Like you see it sometimes. They'll blame like whitey, or they'll blame.
Of course, that's
Yeah.
in Detroit. Look, I grew up in Detroit,
But
and I know
that's
what that is.
everywhere. That's everywhere. That's in every like city,
I'm just
every major
saying,
city.
Detroit is
St.
like every other
Louis,
major city. Like
yeah,
Detroit is
New
part of
York.
America that everybody experiences the same kind of thing. I think. I mean, because I've been to a lot of the cities by now.
Yeah, and
they're like the same.
A lot of people understand is like when people that live in the ghetto, when they talk about like I don't know what it is. It's okay. They talk about, well, why don't you just go to school, and why don't you just go to college, and why don't you just get a job, and why don't you just move on up like the Jeffersons?
As if you can just do that, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, I did.
Well, I know.
I mean, I came out of the foster system, the parents. My mom was broke, dirt poor. I pretty much worked my way up to what I got. I mean, even though I ended up dirt poor again, at least I got a level up. So a lot of people in the ghetto see that when people in certain communities have that level up, like my kids have an advantage because they have property and they had a good life, and I raised them.
Yeah, I mean,
so they have that level up, so they have a better chance at getting further ahead because they graduated. They worked, and they're
unless these globalists wipe out a half of the population of the world, and they're among them.
Yeah, never know.
And all our hard work was for these fucking globalist fucks.
And that's right now, unfortunately, that's what it all goes to. Whatever job we have.
Look at all the money. Look at how much inflation, and look at what they're, look at all the thievery they've done over the last 50, 60 years through wars and all this stuff. It's just sucking money out of the taxpayer, running it through other countries, filling their pockets at our expense, killing our boys. Fuck these
it's almost like
about time we woke up and took charge, man.
When you look at it, it looks like they're just playing a game, and we just said everybody's expense.
Yeah, but they've been playing the same. I mean, this whole deal with they send NGOs in to a country that they want to upset, get all the young people all stirred up, start a revolt against the current government. Oh, and who steps in? The fucking EU. And some shit and their fucking people, and the next thing you know, you got a fucking war in Ukraine because Russia ain't gonna play that shit for only so long.
Yeah, and everybody's all tangled up in it.
And here we go, right? And they've destroyed, so besides the fucking COVID debacle that ruined our economy on purpose and just gutted out the middle class and took all our money and gave it to like fucking Bill Gates and fucking Amazon, fucking Jeff Zuckerbergs of the world. I mean, it's crazy. I can't believe people aren't waking up to this fucking nonsense.
Yeah. Well, they called it an investment back then because they want to keep them in the country so they don't leave because they knew where they were going and how big it would be.
But then look, you add the border thing. Fucking 20 million people in the last 10 years, I think.
That's a ridiculous number to think about. Right? I mean, look, that's a lot of fucking people. That's a huge amount of people coming
in. And that's supposed to help the middle class jobs? I mean, and did you notice? This is a fact. All the job numbers that all the positive hirings that in the last couple of years, it hasn't been any citizens. They've been non-citizens are filling all these like that the Biden numbers they keep proclaiming. But when you dig into the numbers, they're not fucking, they're illegals. It's amazing.
That's bad. Yeah. And it really sucks too because illegals get way much better benefits than citizens do.
And that's the thing that never used to happen. Like, look, welcome to come here, but you make it on your own, pal. Yeah. But here we got the government and these NGOs and everything that UN.
You know how fucking twisted.
They're flying people in. They're putting them up in accommodations. They're feeding them. They're giving them phones. What the?
Yeah, you know how fucked up it is like my mother, she came here on a green card, a work visa, and she got her citizenship when we were still in. Well, when they first got divorced. I was maybe in like a third grade. But her sister and her brother did not. They just let it expire, and they became almost like semi illegals. But they had kids and they're married here. Uh, it was fucked up because my mom became a citizen, pledged that stuff, got a little flag in her car and everything, got a little document. She wasn't able to get certain benefits that her brothers and sisters were able to get, including getting taught in front of the line for Section 8. So it's unfortunate that they give more benefits and they put people they say are more, at a disadvantage ahead of people, where the American citizens are just becoming a citizen shows how messed up it is. And she'll talk about that too. She'll say how messed up it was, just after she became a citizen, how it was harder to do things and get things done when she needed it because she was broke, poor, and had no skills, but
Right. It was at that point. It would have been easier for her to stay in the cracks and just work the system that's under. I
Well,
mean,
she had
like
to
a
work
lot of
like an
people.
illegal. She was a citizen, but she had to work like an illegal. She had to, go
Yeah.
down to like Chula Vista and get like bags of clothes and bring them home and sew them and finish them up or take them back and get like 15 cents per item or piece or, this and that. And pretty sad. And she didn't have the know-how to know what she had to get where she needed to go somewhere. Was pretty unfortunate, but
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
she did actually she's a very good seamstress, but she just got a job at the Marriott and she became manager for quite a while there, a long while, enough to get a pension and all that. And, ran the place for a while. San Diego Marriott. She was in charge of the
Nice. And the housekeeping.
housekeeping.
Yeah.
Not the housekeeping. She was in charge
The
of
laundry,
the
right?
laundry department. Yeah. She started off with housekeeping and then she went to the laundry department and then she took over the manager position there. I think she was there for like, oh man, that'd be like, I was at 13, 14, 15, probably 18, 20 years.
Nice. Well, that's good. So she did get some kind of retirement out of it.
Well, she paid into it. So she,
But that's fine.
she's getting something back. And she's on, she's all close to, let me see. She's 70 something, 75 maybe now, around there. So she's up there. Yeah. Maybe
Jackson, get over here. Jackson.
Maybe she's older than that, I think.
Jackson. Get over here. Get out of there. He crawled under the gate to this, like where all the power equipment is. I don't know if there's some fucking bear shit in there that he could touch. Fried dog tonight on the menu.
Jesus Christ. Oh, you found the Lord?
Give me 1 second. I gotta get the you ever notice you're sitting out, everything's cool, but then all of a sudden you feel like you're getting bit by insects?
Oh yeah, yep.
I got some spray.
Bug off.
Yeah, I got some deep woods off.
Yep, remember them cans. Get feedback into the phone.
Oh, is it?
A little bit, yeah. I hear it like come back a little bit on itself, like a static.
I don't know.
Oh, let me adjust my wallet more. There it goes. Yeah, now it looks like I have more stuff. There it is.
Wait, what was that?
No, I moved the fender over behind me, so it looks like I have more stuff.
It is cool. That's nice. Yeah. Cool.
I always forget all
Okay.
the songs I memorized.
So another thing about my guitar or how I approach it is, I see how old I am, and I'm like, So I don't know. I could
Yeah.
have a lot more fun just learning more learning songs and
Yeah.
just playing, how I play or however I feel,
That's what I do
instead of
most of the time.
trying to
I'll
work
pull up
to
a
be
song
like
and just
James Taylor or something. Go
yeah, I'll
ahead.
just pull up a song and just play it and sing it a couple of times, and I'll just move on and forget about it, or sometimes I'll remember it. But I just kind of just have fun with it. And I mean, I just turned
Well,
49 last Sunday. Yeah. No wait.
well, me, I really would like to have a library
I'm
of
an old fart
songs
now. I'm
in
almost
my
50 years
head.
old.
Oh, sorry. I'd like to have a library in my head of songs. Like, it'd be nice to be able to sit down and play 50 songs from memory
Yeah.
in one sit, or whatever. Go through it or something.
Yeah. What I need to start, what I've been trying to do is when I play a chord is, what note am I on? Where am I at on the neck? So I know where that note is for a root note. So if I, want to follow, a scale on the
You
G.
just lost me, man. I mean, I know what a root note is, but as far as
Oh, like when you hit the G chord, right?
yeah,
Okay. So the top note, the very top note on your guitar, the heaviest string, that's a G.
yeah, that's a G. I
Yeah,
understand
so
that.
that's a G. That's the root note of the G chord. Next note on the G, if you look at your finger, is from A. What is that? Like a A sharp or a C flat or whatever it is. That's the next
Something.
note in there. And then you put your pinky down the bottom. That's a E, F, G. It's G again. So you have two G's.
Yeah,
So those three
yeah, because those are
remain.
two.
Yeah.
It's an E string, and the third fret on an E string is going to be G.
So when you strum it, the heaviest root note or the darkest tone that you hear or the
Yeah,
root
the
of
bass,
is,
the
yeah.
bass note. Okay, and then on an E, okay, and I guess on an E it's the same, even though there's no finger on it.
Well, because the top note, the top string is the E. That's
Yeah, but I
the E.
mean, it doesn't matter if your finger is on it or not. It's still
Because the E
whatever
is
the
the A.
bass.
Yeah.
Because like the G is the top note, your fingers on it,
Right.
obviously.
So that's the root note. So when you get to the root note, once you get the root notes of the G here, you could do like a minor scale, which is 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4.
Okay, I don't know what that means exactly. I guess I can watch
Oh,
you.
like at the guitar, right? So just imagine I'm on the G.
So I
third.
got yeah. So I know the G. You got the G there. So then what?
So I'll count the G as number 1. 1 2 3 4. My pinky's a 4. So
Is that one fret,
it's going to be 1
or
2
you have
3
to skip
frets up.
one?
So put your pinky. Okay, put your index finger on the G chord on the G.
Yeah, on that G string, right?
Now put your next finger on the next fret right above it. So you have, and then your next finger on the next one, and then your pinky on the fourth one. That's the 4. Your pinky's a 4 now. Your index finger's a 1, and your pinky's a 4. So 1 4 1 4. Index pinky, index pinky.
Now, when you go 1 4 1 4, are you keeping the one finger down?
You don't have to. You could bounce it off. Or you can keep it on. On or off doesn't matter as long as you hit it.
Yeah. If I'm normally, I would keep it on if I was playing because it saves, right?
Yeah, you can do that. Actually, when you do that, you can get a little more tricks if you do that. So 1 4 on the top, right?
Okay. Anyway, I just wondered what the counting was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So that's 1 4. The next string down would be you could do 1 3. So 1 4 1 3 1 3 again. So 1 4 1 3 1 3. Just work the strings down.
Oh, it looks like I'll be better off letting my index finger come up.
Yeah, either way works. Whatever was easy, whatever. Like I do it both ways.
It might depend on how wide the frets are.
Yeah, but if you count your fingers as numbers, like your index finger being 1, your pinky being 4, so 1 2 3 4. Yeah. So it would be like the top string be 1 4, next one down 1 3, and it gets easy because it's just 1 3 3 times. So it's 1 4, next string 1 3, next string 1 3, next string 1 3, and the last two strings 1 4 1 4. So if you watch it, yeah, so it's like a. So it's just 1 4 on the E, 1 3 on the A, 1 3 on the D.
Oh, that.
1 4 1 4. So you can work it backwards. 4 1 4 1 1 3 1 3 1 4.
Those are the exact kind of exercises I should, spend time on. But like I don't, when I don't mind doing it because I usually see pretty good results when I work on something.
Yeah, I mean, you just mess around with them. When I started doing them a couple years ago, and now it's just like just messing around with them is.
Like it's amazing. You might spend a week on something, really working on something for a week, and then like give it up, and then like you say, like 8 months later, decide to try it again, and it's like amazing how much better you can do it.
Yeah, I did a lot of that. There's a lot of times that the guitar sat in the case for years, and I just let it sit there, and I pick it up, and I was like, I better try this shit again, And, yeah.
Are you on your laptop?
I got a computer.
Oh, never mind. I don't think anyone. I can't share it anyways. Never mind.
What's that, the link?
Well, I was gonna.
I can put the link in the Brojo thing if you want.
No, I think that I left. There's a link in the comments.
I mean, if you want to put it in the Brojo's happy chat so all the kids can see it.
No, I don't. No, because I got no control. I mean, I don't.
Oh,
I could log
right,
anyone in.
Yeah, that's right. I
They
forgot.
just get backstage and that's it.
They're probably backstage. I don't even know it.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, they're probably. Yeah, they think there's somebody in here who can let them in. It's funny, and they're like cursing me out in the side chat.
I don't see anything in private chat.
Come on, you moron.
Yeah, I don't see anything in private chat. And Jill was out there. Oh, right on. Will's out there. He was out there at 6:19. It's 6:32 now. I don't know if they're still watching, but what's up?
Hey, Victor, would you mind opening up a stream, or do you?
I can only have 6.
Well, that's fine. I mean, there's nobody. I wasn't having many viewers, but if you did, I
could do that.
And then you'd have control, and I could sign in.
Yeah, let me start one, and I'll put the. Can you get to the private chat in here on your phone? I'll put the link in the private chat.
Well, I follow you, so shouldn't I get a notice, or can I get on your channel? I mean,
you're
make sure you post
B, right?
Yeah, just make sure you post a link in your comments, outside comments on YouTube.
Right on. Let me go to start one up then.
Yeah,
I might have hours left. Let me see. Live stream. I should have hours left.
Is there? Okay, I know this was. You had some issues with this. I don't have issues with this, but is there a way you could access my channel from your computer and just log in as me? Like
I think you would have to.
You had that issue with David.
You have to send me a.
I have to give you permission.
You have to go to StreamYard, and I think you have to go to membership, and then add, and then put my email. Then send me an email with a code, and then I log in with that code, something like that. Yeah, so there's a process to it.
It sounds like too much trouble for right here.
Right on the phone, especially.
I just thought maybe it'd be simple, I could just give you my Google password, and then you could log in as me, and then you'd be all set.
Let's see. I was going to start one up. Just call it Sunday.
You still got some bud, or are you out?
No, I'm about out. I got maybe a bowl and a half left, and I wait for Kat to come back so I can share it with her because she's gonna be like,
yeah. The worst thing about this fucking inflation.
Oh, man.
Besides, it's put the kibosh on me doing any driving around. I could if gas was $2, I had, I could buzz up to you. Like, it'd be no problem. I could do that. I could buzz up to you and back on $100 probably or something. You
Right?
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm just like,
I,
it's nothing you think about. It's like, okay, I'll just fill up and I'll go and I'll
Mhm.
be back and I'll still have money in my bank account.
Yeah, I remember the times I could travel back and forth, but like $400 or $500 now. I can't imagine it would cost just to go back. I mean, less than that sometimes, depending on what vehicle I was driving from California to Illinois. Now I
I
wouldn't
mean,
imagine.
even I went back and forth to your house from Detroit a few times, and that's
Yeah,
a probably, I don't
a
know
good
if it's
drive.
400 miles or 5 or something like that. I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
never seemed that long, but I mean, and
Mhm.
maybe I'm exaggerating, but I know, you got to go all the way through Indiana, right? You cut through a little bit of Ohio, and you got to go all the way through Indiana,
Mhm.
and you're pretty, then you're there, basically, right?
I put the link in the side chat, but I don't think I have a wrench, so I can't do it. I can put in a private chat here so you can jump in. And I didn't go live yet, but you might have a notification that I started something.
Hold on, I see a chat thing. So
I can put it
okay,
right here in
so
my chat. My bad. Yeah.
that's your StreamYard.
Yeah, I'll put the streamer link in the chat so you can see that.
Okay, so what's going to happen if I hit that link? Won't it take me out of here?
Yeah. Well, you'll meet the two, so it'll put you in mine, but then you just log out of here after you get in that one.
Okay, let me see what happens when I hit this link.
Yep, there you are. And now we'll just exit out of the other one. Whoops. Where'd you go? Where you at? I'm not sure which one I'm in. Let me see. Okay. This one's mine. All right. So let me get out of. Okay. So maybe he has a link so you can jump back in.